Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today is August 2nd. I just woke up like 15 minutes back, done with all the basic morning stuff. And it's 11:17 in the morning right now. I know it isn't really early morning or something, but that's all right. Today's a Saturday and we can afford to chill a little bit, right? It doesn't matter. Anyways, so today I'm gonna basically I have a bunch of work to get done, so I'm just training myself to be consistent more and more. So today's the second day of this month, and I'm starting it very strong. To be very honest, yeah. So yesterday there were a couple of incidences so that it happened on the night where I felt like there was a little bit of self-doubt coming into my mind, but I in the night I really did meditate and navigate through those thoughts, because sometimes I believe that I do really believe that, I have certain vision in mind and I know that I'll get there. But, sometimes not everyone around you supports you for those goals, and you do really feel a little bit, sometimes you start questioning yourself. Like, they tell you, you can keep aiming too high and all those things, but the reality of life is that, eventually everything won't work out your way. And some people say that your script is already written, so you can't, it's just a bunch of bullshit. So this obviously this conversation happened with when I was talking to not people of my age. Obviously I was talking to a little bit elder people, so as you would know, their mindset and everything. So that's what this is suggestion they had. So they might be having a point, but maybe there is a sense in that. Yeah, there is. I'm trying to figure that out too, because they have like probably another 30-40 years of more life experience than us. But do you really have to? Probably, given their circumstances, they have given their best and tried their best to bring the best out of their life. But you can't blame them, right, for having formed these thoughts, because it's probably their life situations. Anyways, if you think too much into it, it really gets a little bit confusing and tries to get in your head. So I dealt with it in my own personal time last night, and I was really giving some thought, and I thought, what, it does make sense, but it's all right. I think I have seen some examples of people who actually have have been able to get to their life dreams, and no matter how big or small, right, whatever you're passionate about, the things that you're passionate about, you'll definitely be able to get them if you're able to really be consistent, put in the efforts every single day and not back down, and also be really hardworking, right? I believe if you are really hardworking and really hungry enough for anything that you want in life, there is some higher power, the universe, like it'll eventually give it to you, because it's always looking from out of, like, let's say the billions of people there on the earth, or even more trillions of life on across the planet, whoever wants it the most will be given more priority. So you simply have to show that you wanted more, or rather than showing, it's not really that, I don't think that's the right word. Rather, whatever hunger that you have inside you, you shouldn't, if you don't act on it today, there will come a day that you will regret for not acting on your actions, right? For not acting on your thoughts, and for the certain beliefs that you had, that you're very certain that if you work on them, someday you will get there. But just because of some self-doubt and people say, that's not how work, things work, and you're too young right now to understand, so you will learn it eventually. Maybe you might, but does that really mean that you shouldn't give it a shot? Isn't that better, giving it a shot and failing for the things that you love doing, rather than just leading a mediocre, safe life where when you look back and when you see like you never really tried the things that you want to do? That will really be disappointing. And personally, I don't want to live such a life. I would rather very gracefully fail rather than lead a mediocre life where I do not try the things that I want to do just because I was afraid of people's judgment, or just feeling like I'll be let down. And this is just a food for thought, and I just wanted to share this with the people who are watching, because I felt maybe there are people out there who would there might be some people who will criticize this and probably thinking, oh, you know, I don't know. I just don't even want to get into there. There might be people with a negative perspective for this side. At the same time, there may also be people there out there who, who probably were looking to hear these words, come from a friend or a family member or whatever, because that small boost might really be helping them to, get that just that push that they needed to really go for whatever that they wanted to go for. So, which is why I thought, I'll record it. And moreover, I just wanted to record it because, again, as I said, 5 years down the line, Dave, when he looks back, he needs to really see that when there were very few people applauding for him, there was one person who was still supporting him. That is me, myself, right? I know when you refer to this third person, sometimes it does sound cliche, but come on, man. Like, if you really want to troll people, maybe you can get into that, but everyone has his inner thoughts, right? So I don't think you should be really suppressing them. Rather, you should really bring them out and be able to speak them out and act on it. Because if you really do the things, again, I'm saying, if you really do the things that you're passionate about and you feel, at least at the moment, if you're passionate about, maybe 6 months down the line or 1 year down the line, your visions might change, your idea of life might change, and you might really want different things from life. That's all right. But the things that you want today, are you working for it today? That really matters a lot. Because if you aren't putting the efforts that is necessary to really get to the place where you want to be, then what is the point of life, man? Because this is a game after all, and if you don't gamify your life, then you're not living at all, right? What are you doing? You're just existing, probably just going to your job and making money for your livelihood, and then you're like, okay, everything is safe and I'll just sit there. But are you really living? I don't think so. Because if you ask this question yourself, you probably will know the answer too. Like, deep inside, even though you may not want to accept it, but very deep inside, there'll be some, that inner voice really troubling you, making you feel like you really aren't, pushing it. Like, you really aren't giving that start that you needed, that head start, or whatever you had to do, which to really make you happy inside. Because this isn't just about, any, financial success or anything. Because, okay, financial success is one sort of success, but there is also every other sort of every other sort of success too, right? Like, relationship success is there. Obviously, financial success is there. Success in the terms of being able to afford a, good environment and good luxury for your, yourself and your family members and your friends, and having good connections. And there are different types of, relationships, and there are different types of things in life, right? There are different aspects in life, and you can attain success in all of these aspects. But eventually, what it all zeroes down to is finding success in, probably, there is no answer to this, but I believe there is some sort of, what that inside thing, that there is, like, always, you really can't explain what exactly it is, but every single day while you wake up and, you have this sudden spurt of energy or some motivation to do something, or maybe not to do something, all of those things come from actually probably some, inner part of you which isn't really fulfilled yet. And when you work more and more towards it, you're eventually, each day, when you start putting the efforts and when you're striving to become the man that you want to be or a woman that you want to be, I think every day you're actually filling it, that starved person inside you, you're actually filling it and allowing it to become more and more fulfilled. And eventually you'll attain some sort of spiritual blissfulness, which I believe is probably the ultimate goal for most of us. Because even though we do not know it yet, because we, at least most of our audience, are probably very young right now. So, we are not really focused on much stuff, but eventually, when life keeps hitting us down the road, I think things will start making more sense to us, and all of us will start, be looking for that happiness. And I believe this happiness really comes when you, are doing the things that you love. And maybe for short-term pleasure, you might be getting it from just running away and, not facing life and doing any other menial tasks, and just for short-term pleasures. People might know what I'm talking about, right? And there are a lot of people who just go down the wrong path just because they feel like they are probably getting something out of it because of the at least it's like a false sense of productivity that they get by doing some short-term pleasure activities, which obviously is probably harming them, not probably, almost definitely harming them in the long run, but still they keep doing it because they feel like at least in the short term they are feeling a little bit happy about themselves. But once you just be real with yourself, then you'll be able to quit all that stupid stuff that you do and think ahead, and you'll get to the place where you want to be. So yeah, it's just a simple thing that I just wanted to say. I'm not even sure if I'll post this out there because my channel isn't about any all of these things, I know that. But again, I feel like this is a documentary channel, right? So I also do feel like I feel the need to post upload things that from every aspect, at least the things that I can share. And right now I'm just thinking like, when you're really striving to work towards something and attaining to be really good at some certain whatever craft that you've chosen for yourself, in all that, when you're in the pursuit of something like that, what you would be dealing with every single day is your mindset. And this goes with everything, whether it's your career or whether it's a hobby or whether it's like, even for example, for the trading stuff that I've been making on this channel. For all of those, the mindset really matters a lot. And which is why the most important thing is to, I believe, probably, but for this documentation purpose at least, if people don't appreciate this, it's fine, but at least I know I'll appreciate it like 5 years down the line. Which is why I'm saying that for the documentation purposes, this kind of content that revolves around really sitting with yourself and talking to yourself and introspecting and pulling out answers out of your head and really figuring things out, I think that is really important in your journey in your pursuit of happiness or in your pursuit of success or whatever it is that you want in life. So that's why I'm just creating this video, and see you on the next one. Peace.